right, here we go now, baby. Good looking game on Thursday Night Football with the Commanders in Green Bay to take on the Packers. Joe and Jingles coming at you with 4 total best bets for the big game. Before we get into those, make sure you like this video. Make sure you are subscribed to the Covers YouTube channel. Now then, let us get right into the action. I'm going to get us started, and I'm going to take under on this total of 48.5. So some data points I really like for this Packers defense, specifically at home, that we saw carry over to week 1 of this season, where they limited the high-powered Lions offense to just 13 points. So last season on their home field, the Packers ranked in the top 5 in both points allowed and yards per play allowed. And now they have Micah Parsons. Now, we don't have similar data points to talk up this Commanders defense by any means, but if they are indeed a serious team like a lot of people think they are, then I do think this defense will take a big step here this season. We did see them completely shut down the New York Giants offense. They only held them to 6 points. Maybe you do have to take that with a little bit of a grain of salt, though, considering it is the disgrace that is the New York Giants. One other thing I like about this matchup, both of these teams are clock suckers. Yes, indeed, clock suckers. They ranked in the top 7 in rushing play percentage last season. We did see the run-heavy philosophies carry over to week 1 of this season, so hopefully that clock will stay moving and these teams go under 48.5. Now, Jingles, I love to see it. We are aligned in a way on this one. You like one of the teams to go under their team total.
Yeah, and that's the Commanders here at 22.5. Take the under, minus 110. This Green Bay defense just held the highest scoring offense to 0 touchdowns through 59 minutes, and it took an Isaac Tesla incredible touchdown for them to finally get on that touchdown board in a game that was 27-6. Washington, on the other hand, scoring just 21 points. Not a dominant offensive performance versus the Giants in a game where they were kind of ahead for the entirety of it. And this was the same offense, the same Detroit offense that rolled into Green Bay last year. Remember that in December, the short week, tons of injuries. Nobody gave Detroit a chance. Well, they blew out Green Bay in that game, putting up 34 points in the 34-1 win. Green Bay comes back and absolutely dials things back. Goff swallowed up. The biggest takeaway for me about that Green Bay defense, they took away all the deep passes for Jared Goff, where half of his passes went to his tight ends and his running backs. And he finished that game 3.3 air yards per completion. The Green Bay run defense, equally impressive. Minus 12 rushing yards before contact. That is insane. 9 tackles for losses, 4 sacks. The quick turnaround doesn't help either offense. Over the last 5 years, the team average in points per game knocks down about a half to 1 full point in terms of their projected output versus their season output. So turnaround versus a Green Bay defense that just looked hungry in week 1. Going to be a tough turnaround for Jaden Daniels and the boys.
Okay, next up, my favorite prop of the game. Let's go Debo over 4.5 receptions. I think Debo showed us in week 1 that when healthy, he is still very much one of the top playmakers in all of the National Football League. So he was Jaden Daniels' favorite target in week 1 by a wide margin. He had 10 targets in that week 1 game. That was 5 more than any of his teammates, that ended up leading to 7 catches. Pretty clear that Cliff Kingsbury is going to be as creative as possible with using Debo in this offense. We did see that on the reverse sweep handoff that led to a touchdown. Now, Green Bay's defense as a whole, obviously they were strong in week 1 versus Detroit, but Jared Goff did complete 31 passes on 39 attempts. Don't be surprised to see a lot of short passes go to Debo. Kingsbury's going to find some openings to get him involved. I expect his fingerprints to be all over the ball here on Thursday night. Over 4.5 receptions for Debo. Okay, Jingles, your favorite prop of the game. What are we looking at?
Another quarterback rushing over. Jaden Daniels over 45.5, minus 111. The projection here from the Blitz, which you can find on the Covers website under NFL projections, 63 yards on 9.65 carries. You can take this all the way up to 53.5. Closed at 44.5 last week, but in the final 3 weeks of the last year's season, closed at 54.5, 57.5, and 54.5. And I think that's where it's headed here earlier in the week. Last week, 11 carries, 68 yards in a game where they were ahead the whole time in an elite positive game script game. 40 rushing yards in the first half. Now we're expecting a little, maybe some trail mode, at least some neutral game script in this spot. A little wrist injury. I don't think it's much, but small things add up. We popped up on the injury report, but I think everything will be fine on that right wrist. The big thing to look at for me in this spot, Green Bay took away all those deep passes for Goff. Average intended air yards ranked second last among all quarterbacks, but he had the third most time to throw in all of football. So he had time to look down, but Green Bay took away all of those deep passes. We're going to see hopefully Jaden Daniels' eyes come down and then tuck and run. Would love to see that. But this is just, at the end of the day, it's kind of a low number for the projection. It's 63 yards. So take it up to 53 and a half, and let's see Jaden Daniels do what he does well, and that's run the football, Joe.
Okay, that is it for our best bets for Thursday Night Football. Make sure you check back to the Covers YouTube channel for our best bets for Sunday's games, and of course the Monday Night Football game as well. Enjoy the game on Thursday night. Best of luck with your bets, and we'll see you guys next time.